Ever seen a warhead just hovering above the ground? Talk about a sword of Damocles. The Roadrunner is capable of vertical takeoff and landing. Handy for when the threat turns out to be false, so that the device can come back to the station at basically no cost. But if the threat turns out to be a real one, that's when the Roadrunner really shines. It automatically calculates a path to hit it where it hurts. Also, a single operator can control several of them at the same time. The box that it comes in, reminding one of sci-fi movies, allows for quick deployment. Considering the harsh environments in heated conflict zones, seemingly easy tasks like getting soldiers from A to B might become hard enough on their own. But what do you do when you need to get them, let's say, onto a building quickly? In cases like this, the developers of armored vehicles also offer tactical elevated systems. They are mounted directly onto a vehicle. Soldiers can first get on top using ladders, and then deploy whatever other system they need, an even longer ladder perhaps, or a rope. To support this, the front part of the platform can be raised even further using hydraulics. Despite the first impression, the firearm on your screen is not broken at all. The unusual build has one advantage. The operator, in this case, an officer or a soldier, can look and engage a target from the front, left, right, up and down, all the while staying behind a corner. The impressive thing is that the direction can be changed quickly without moving the hands away from the firearm. The aiming happens through a small screen showing a live camera feed that is not only visible to the one holding it, but also to someone next to them, as well as shared with Central Command. It is sold only to government agencies, and if we're being honest, this might be a little too much for the average user anyway. With a name like this, you'd expect something less dangerous. But, alas, the Smash Hopper is anything but a remote-controlled weapon station that can be mounted onto a tripod on a mast to engage targets above obstacles, as well as on moving vehicles. And as if this wasn't enough tech, the company still has an ace up their sleeve. The Hopper is enhanced with the Smash Fire Control System, which allows the entire structure to detect a target, and then it can be locked and tracked on the screen, even during the night. And in case you want higher up, they also produce something similar in the form of a drone. But this time the name is as scary as the item, the Smash Dragon. Like a freight train going through the wall at 100 miles an hour, that's how a Navy official described the impact of the railgun. Would you have guessed that this happens without any kind of explosives? A conductive projectile, a couple kilograms in weight, is placed upon two rails. Then, extremely strong electromagnetic current is applied to the rails, which makes the projectile getting shot out forcibly to distances of up to 180 kilometers and speeds of up to 2 kilometers per second. So strong, in fact, that the rails are destroyed after almost every shot. That, as well as the crazy amounts of energy necessary for each shot, made the Navy shelf this technology some years ago, even though a successful hit can rip through armor like nothing. An unusual way to deal with drones is quite futuristic as well: lasers. Some 10 years ago, already the US Navy was using them to shoot things in the sky. Now a developer proposed this more advanced solution. Compared to others, the laser beam does not degrade as much when used in windy, dusty air, and there is also the additional benefit of a very precise control in the form of an AI aim assistance. You can only imagine how much money the military can save now, since every shot of this laser is only a fraction of the cost of traditional ammunition. These also became the first laser weapons used in combat when deployed in the Middle East some months ago. There are shields rated for rifle resistance, and there are shields that are lightweight, but seeing both at the same time is unusual. So that's why some visitors of the SHOOT show in LA were quite impressed with the compact response shield. Since ballistic shields use special materials to withstand and absorb the power of a bullet, and since rifles are far more powerful than regular handguns, the company behind the CRS was forced to find a material that was up for the task and was more lightweight than other options on the market. They obviously succeeded, so that the shield is now available for public law enforcement and national defense agencies, weighing less than 5 kilograms with different options to add like window mount straps and weapon support brackets. A UUV is an unmanned underwater vehicle, and it looks like DARPA will get a new one soon. Just some weeks ago, official pictures were released of successful first testing, the fully assembled, brand new MANTA ray that DARPA developed together with the Northrop Group. The goals were simple: make a UUV that can carry a heavy payload over long distances without the need for refueling or even any human management. Now it seems to be ready for real-world operations. Thanks to its modular design, it can be delivered anywhere in the world using just 5 standard shipping containers. If you randomly stumble upon the website for this device, you might find it hard to understand what it does. After all, what is this electromagnetic warfare anyway? But in reality, it's quite simple. Wherever there is technology that depends on electromagnetic signals, such as guided missiles or radars, these signals can be manipulated. For example, a missile that is guided to a point A can be tricked into going to a point B. This is what the PULSAR system is for, a tool to do just that. This particular device can be mounted onto a vehicle, a helicopter, or on the ground, and several of them can create a network. And since more and more operations involve high tech, you can imagine that systems like these become more and more important. From ship to shore, the Marines are famous for their amphibious deployment. And for the past years, the ACV, the Amphibious Combat Vehicle, has been playing an important role in it. Every year around 80 of them are produced, and each can fit 13 Marines and 3 crew passengers. The high ground clearance and the quick speed of 100 kilometers per hour allow for efficient operation on land. On water, however, the ACV doesn't fully shine with a maximum speed of 7 knots, partly due to heavy armor contributing to its enormous weight of 35 tons. So it relies on connector vessels that bring it to the shore. The plan is to make models that are faster on water, though, but the timelines for that have not been set yet. Now and then, news comes in about alleged supersuits for soldiers. But in reality, this technology is not yet available for mass deployment. Not that there aren't plenty of ideas, like the EXOM, which was developed together with a French elite police tactical unit. It consists of 2 parts. First, a titanium construction that distributes weight, taking the load off the body of the user. Second, the added full-body armor that protects from most common types of assault rifles. The most impressive part is that it is fully passive, no batteries needed. As mentioned, this technology is rather meant for targeted use cases, like a lead man leading the entry team into unknown territory. But we figure it is only a matter of time until technology catches up. Don't forget to subscribe to Unstoppable Gadgets. And if you want to check out some seriously useful self-defense gadgets, click on your screen for the next video.